Good day, this is Vegetus from Fuzzle Bucket, and today we will be covering the Galactic Starfighter expansion to Star Wars The Old Republic. In this first video, we will be discussing the ship hangar and the different ships available when you first access the expansion. To bring up the ship hangar, you would press H. And quick overview, there's 5 different menus: ships, components, cosmetics, crew, and launch. All the while, you'll have you selecting your specific ships down at the bottom middle, and in the top you'll have 2 different types of currency dealing with the space battles. This is different than fleet commendations that you get for doing PvE space combat. You earn these based on how well you do in PvP space battles. So let's get into it here. The first tab is ships. This is where it covers the different types of ships you have, which there are actually 3. I don't remember the third one right now, but you start off with 2, a strike fighter and a scout. Strike fighter is the FT6 Riker, and the scout is the S12 Black Bolt. Down here you can also switch between the 2. There are also several others available. Obviously you can see that they are available via purchase using the second one. It looks like you can use fleet requisition, and whereas the third one you can use cartel coins from the Rise of the Hutt cartel expansion. The next tab over is components. This is where you can decide which components go in whichever ship you are wanting to run. You can actually adjust them for both at the same time. Well, not the same time, as you switch back and forth. Let's go ahead and just look at our stuff for our Riker. First one is the first primary weapon that the Riker has. It comes off with a base rapid fire laser cannon, which is not too bad. You can see the fire rate at it on the screen on the picture right here. You can unlock an ion cannon, which does more damage to the shields. You can also unlock the quad laser cannon, which obviously fires a lot faster than the rapid fire laser cannon. If you highlight over the piece of equipment, it'll actually show you the stats. So you have here your max range, your DPS, weapon accuracy, and your power draw at 22 per second. We will go into the power draw and the different stats as far as how much shield you have and all that in the next video next week. Primary weapon 2, so you can have, it's the same selections, but with the Riker specifically, there is a skill that you have that allows you to switch primary weapons. So you can have the rapid fire laser cannon and the quad laser cannon, which I don't see why you would have both. On one of my other accounts, I'm actually running the ion cannon and the rapid laser cannon, but I'm planning on buying the quad laser cannon here soon. Let's go into the next tab down here is the secondary weapons tab. This will give you your secondary weapons as missiles. The concussion missile is not too bad. It takes about 6 seconds to lock on and fire, and we'll discuss more on that when I actually show you the video of the combat next week. Cluster missiles, haven't used them yet, and I have not also used the proton torpedoes. The next tab we're going to go over is the shields tab. Instead of these actually giving you a specific type of shield, these are actually skills that you use during the battle. The one that starts off is that you can activate it. The active ability here recharges 30% of your ship's shields upon activation. It also gives you your ship stats in the middle there. So this is what your base ship has, is 45% regen rate per shield arc, which there are 2 shield arcs on the Riker right now, and we'll discuss that a little bit more next week. Engines. Again, these are skills that you can use to give yourself an advantage or avoid something else. The Koi Grand turn, I think that's how you pronounce it, is 180 degree vertical turn. I believe there is another term for it in modern aviation. I just can't remember what it's called right now. The barrel roll, we all know what a barrel roll is. It rolls your ship 360 degrees forward. It also allows you to evade locked-on missiles. Retro thrusters accelerates the ship in reverse for a short duration, boosting evasion from direct fire weapons by 30% for 30 seconds, and evades lock-on missiles when activated. That's actually kind of cool. It's kind of like an air brakes thing. And weapon power converter transfers 20% of the engine's power to the weapon power pool. That can actually be pretty powerful if you don't need a whole lot of speed while you're attacking something. That will allow you to do more damage, obviously. Those are all the major components. The minor components, which these are actually, they don't actually give you skills to use per se. They just give you upgrades to your ship. So you can see the range capacitor gives you a 4% increase in close range. I believe that that's range. Same thing with mid-range, same thing in max range. So it essentially extends your max range. Frequency increases your rate of fire. Damage obviously increases your damage. Then we go into your magazine. The magazine regeneration rate. So as I discussed earlier, there is a power pool for your weapons, and it's essentially like an ammunition magazine. Whereas each fire uses a certain amount of energy. When it runs out, you obviously can't fire. You have to wait for it to recharge. The regeneration extender obviously increases the regeneration rate, which is nice. The munitions capacity extender, obviously it increases the capacity of that energy pool. And then your power pool extender gives your weapon damage power a little bit of a boost. Turbo reactor gives your shield power regeneration. So these are all individual little minor components that don't give you any kind of skills, but they let you improve the use of your ship. So then you got your thrusters, which is obviously your throttle. So you got your speed, power, regeneration, and turning thrusters. If you'll notice that every time I changed one of the tabs on the left, the area on the right changed. So this is essentially like your talent pick. Once you get enough ship or fleet requisition, you can click on it and you can buy it with either one of those. I think it's actually ship requisition. So it gives you more something for that specifically. So a heavy laser cannon, it would give you blaster damage increased by 5%, more range, more hull damage, which is actually really good. Improved tracking and crit chance. So as you go up, higher here, it gives you a higher chance to hit, more damage, such and such like that. The next one is the cosmetics. I really don't care about the cosmetics as much. If it's just to look cool, then I'm not going to waste cartel coins, which you generally have to buy with real money. You can earn a small amount going through achievements in Star Wars. Not really worth it. So I'm not really going to be worried about it. I guess I could go with, there's a different paint jobs here. That one looks cool. Let's go with green. There you go. No, let's go back to red. There you go. Crew. The crew is interesting. The crew section will give you bonuses to certain components of your ship. Your crew is also the people that are your companions in the regular part of the Star Wars game. So you have your avant-guests. I think these first guys are generic. I think they might be. But it gives you others. Kemval, I know he's my main companion. MC-12, he's a ship companion, I believe. Then you got your other companions that you can assign to different things. So if you look here, let's go with offensive and switch. Look over at Kemval. Kemval gives you an increased ammo capacity by 25% and also increases your firing arc by 2 degrees. We'll get into your firing arc next week. MC-12 gives you ammo increase, but it also gives you secondary weapon reload and cooldown times are reduced by 8%. So like when you fire your torpedo or anything like that, it'll reload faster. So without going through every single one, each one does something different. You can unlock the ability to use other crew members using fleet requisition, obviously up here, and different sections. And the third tab is your launch tab. This is where you can review everything that you have for each ship. And after you make sure that your ship is all 100% good to go, you come down here, click battle, and good to go. That is the overall overview of the hangar in Star Wars: The Old Republic's Galactic Starfighter expansion. Next is going to be a quick battle. I'm not going to really talk all that much, and then you'll see how it goes. Next week we will discuss a little bit more about in-battle, in-game effects and stuff that your HUD will go over all that stuff. All right, we have joined a battle, and I'm going to hit ready. I'm going to go with my Riker because you can switch weapons, and it's kind of cool. Let's do this. Let's turn down master volume here. Let's turn down the music. That's mainly what I want to turn down. The sound effects just a tiny bit. There we go. Fly, okay. There we go. And the battle's starting in about 2 seconds. There we go, we warp in. And I'm going to hit space and move off to sea. I will discuss more about the HUD next week. Just a quick overview, the big circle is our firing arc. Bottom left you'll see our self-indicator, bottom right is the mini-map, top right is current target stats, top is your team score, and top left is your chat. As you can see right now, there are 16 people in the Lost Shipyards battle. Well, that wasn't good. I didn't really gauge the size of that very well. Okay, let's go with the bolt or whatever it's called. It looks kind of cool. I was kind of disappointed there weren't any TIE fighters or anything like that, you know, X-Wings and stuff. So, see how this goes. Well, I don't really like that ship. I don't know why, just don't. See how this goes. I've actually died more now than I ever have before. So, let's run over to see how everything's going over there. I don't know how they're locking onto me so fast since mine takes quite a few seconds. Maybe that's just how their stuff is. We'll see. Another death. Looks like we're gonna end up losing this one. Try this ship again. Again, I didn't really like it the first time, but we'll see how it goes. And that's how the battles go. Let's look at my stats here. Let's go over those. Vegetus, 3 kills. Not too great. 4 assists, 4 deaths, 13,000 damage. Not a whole lot. Not my best game ever, but well. Alright, we'll see y'all next week. And this is Vegetus, and thanks for watching Fuzzle Bucket.